Okay, so you guys know we are just north of the border here in Los Angeles, California. The border is about 4 hours away. Although this happened in Baja, California, I think Sur, which means south, which is where Cabo San Lucas is located. This is a rather long video, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So stick around. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And let's get started.
The 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson, a North Carolina woman who was found dead last month while vacationing in Mexico with friends. Mexican prosecutors say Robinson was killed in a, quote, direct attack, not an accident, end quote. They're now trying to get an unnamed American woman extradited there to face charges. Lilia Luciano joins us now with the latest on this investigation. Lilia, great to have you on set. Good morning.
It's good to see you both. Good morning. This is such a terrible story, and it's a story that has gathered so much attention, especially after people started watching the videos that have emerged of Shanquella Robinson being attacked. She traveled to Mexico with six of her friends. Some of those friends initially on the phone, and once they got back to the U.S., told her family, her parents, that she died of alcohol poisoning. But then her death certificate listed her cause of death as a spinal cord and neck injury. Robinson's father told us many different things that are heartbreaking, but among those is that he wants to see justice, not just in terms of the person who directly attacked her daughter, but all of the friends who were there and looked by and filmed this attack as it was happening. Let's take a look at the piece and I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
She was just a very, outgoing person. I mean, she loved people, just loved the friends that she was around.
Shanquella Robinson's father says his daughter's friends are to blame for the 25-year-old's death at a resort in Mexico in late October. Days after her death, a video too disturbing to show went viral, showing a woman beating Robinson, who was naked and not fighting back, while other friends watched and filmed nearby.
Wow.
She suffered, man. The last breath she took, she suffered.
Yeah, she did.
Sit there and watch.
A local police report shows friends called for medical help just after 2 p.m., saying Robinson had, quote, drunk a lot of alcohol. When the doctor arrived and suggested she be taken to a hospital, she told police Robinson's friends refused and insisted on keeping her at the resort. Mr. Robinson says her friends called Shanquella's mother that night to say she was being treated for alcohol poisoning. An autopsy report released days later states Robinson died of a severe spinal cord injury and neck trauma at around 3 p.m. After her death, all six friends returned to the United States. Mexican authorities are now seeking the extradition of a single female suspect. John Jay College law professor Dmitry Shaknovich says the process now lies in the hands of the U.S. justice system.
They will engage in their own due process to see this person that is alleged to have committed a crime should be extradited.
I hope so.
What do you want to see happen?
I want the truth, man. I just want them to get back over there and tell the Mexican authorities why they did what they did. I can't even be a grandfather. I can't even walk down the aisle, man. The only thing I can do is cherish the moment that we had, the 25 years while she was here on this earth.
Robinson's death is now being investigated by Mexican authorities as a femicide, or the killing of a woman because of her gender. The FBI said that they have opened an investigation.
That is serious.
And at this point, it's still unclear whether those who witnessed the fight may also be in any form of legal jeopardy.
There are so many strange components to this story. Can you expand the discrepancies between the initial police report and what was contained in the autopsy? Because there isn't a consistent narrative here.
Yeah, that's, there's a number of discrepancies. Of course, first, her friend saying that this was alcohol poisoning, calling her mom as she was in some form of distress, as she was getting medical attention, and telling her this is alcohol poisoning. When they go back to Mexico, from Mexico to the States, they maintain that story. But then days later, when the parents received the autopsy, they say, wait a minute, there's something wrong. One thing that Mr. Robinson told me, too, that was really shocking, he says, when I went to the funeral home, and he was very grateful for the person in Mexico who helped bring his daughter home, who helped arrange for all that to happen. When he saw the state in which his daughter's body was,
Oh,
he knew
wow.
that something else had happened. He knew something was wrong, and it could not be alcohol poisoning. He said she had a broken or busted lip, that she had other contusions. And so finally, when these videos start coming out, everything changes. But the main thing, the main discrepancy between the police report and the autopsy is the autopsy says she died at 3:15, 15 minutes after the attack or the injury.
Wow.
But the police report, that's the autopsy, the police report tells a whole timeline of a doctor who showed up at the hospital, who saw her, who started treating her, suggested that Shanquella be taken to the hospital. The friends apparently
That is
told
so
this doctor,
strange.
no, let's keep her here. And then hours go by. This doctor keeps working on her, giving her CPR multiple times. At some point, she starts convulsing. Later on, the doctor could no longer detect a pulse. And by 6 p.m., about 3 hours later, after the doctor arrived, is when she's declared dead. So those 3 hours
This
are
is
a huge question mark for the
devastating.
family and for everyone looking into the story.
So, Lilia, what do we, I mean, we keep saying friends, but clearly not friends.
No.
What do we know about these individuals who traveled?
Enemies. They were her
Mr.
enemies.
Robinson was telling me that they were college friends of hers, that they all showed up, or many of them showed up to the family's house. One in particular went to her mom's house and, maintained a story of alcohol poisoning and was there for the family, that they brought her luggage and cell phone back to the family, like nothing, like there was no foul play or anything. And the moment the videos started popping up, started leaking, which may have leaked from some of those friends because they were the ones filming,
Right.
It seems like, from what you see
I just
in the
don't
video.
understand,
Then they disappeared.
right, why you would film it and not try to stop it, and B, have they identified that individual who we see in the video hitting her?
It sounds like that person is identifiable to the family, or at least to the group of friends, that it wasn't a stranger, that it was one of the friends. And, Mexican authorities now are seeking to extradite this person. Now, as we know, of course, there are between 40 and 100 and something extraditions from Mexico to the U.S. Mexican officials in the past have said, look, it needs to go both ways, and the U.S. has to get better and speedier at extraditing people to Mexico. So now, that is in the hands of the U.S. legal system. There's multiple departments that participate in the process, but eventually, if a judge decides that there is enough evidence, she can be eventually, this woman, extradited to Mexico. Now, in that police report, or in the extradition report, Mexican authorities are saying we're still investigating to see if any other people were accessories or, participated in something like a cover-up.
Wow.
So it doesn't end with one person so far.
Wow. Lilia, always appreciate your reporting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.